Chen, Chad Hurley, and Jord Karim founded YouTube in February 2005, as an online video sharing and social media platform. With over 1 billion monthly users, YouTube is the second most viewed website in the world after Google. Its users watch more than 1 billion hours of video every day, and as of May 2019, videos were being uploaded at a rate of more than 500 hours per minute. Many nations, including China, North Korea, Iran, Syria, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Eritrea, Sudan, and South Sudan, have prohibited public access to YouTube as of 2018. Tim Pool. Timothy Daniel Poole was born in 1986 and raised in a lower-middle-class home in Chicago, Illinois. He went to a private Catholic school until 5th grade, then dropped out at the age of 14. Poole worked in retail and as a baggage handler for American Eagle Airlines when he was a teenager. He was also interested in skateboarding and technology. Poole worked as a canvasser or field manager for the Fund for the Public Interest in California for a few weeks in April and May 2010, but didn't handle any fundraising. Poole assisted in the introduction of Tag.ly, a smartphone app that watermarks images, in 2014. Poole said he was interested in this type of software, since he'd had bad experiences with people using his photos without credit. He co-founded the journalism startup Subverse in 2019, which raised $1 million in 22 hours via regulation crowdfunding, breaking the previous WeFunder record. Later, the service was renamed SCNR. Poole collaborated with Emily Molly and former vice editor-in-chief Rocco Castoro, but both were fired in January 2021 by Poole. Jimmy Dore. Dore was born on July 26, 1965, in southwest Chicago, Illinois, to a Catholic family of Polish and Irish ancestry. He grew up in a working-class neighborhood. Dore is the youngest of 11 brothers and sisters. Dore grew up in a large family and was used to performing in front of an audience. To avoid being beaten by his older brothers, he exploited comedy. Dore's father was a cop who also ran a bricklaying business. Dore's father was a Reagan Democrat, according to Dore. Dore battled with his father about Ronald Reagan's administration during his senior year of high school. Steven Crowder. Crowder was born in Detroit, Michigan on July 7, 1987. Crowder's mother was French-Canadian, and when he was 3 years old, his family relocated to Greenfield Park, Quebec, Canada, where he spent the rest of his youth. Crowder graduated from Centennial Regional High School, and returned to the United States at the age of 18. Crowder studied at Champlain College in Burlington, Vermont for 2 semesters. Crowder was investigated by YouTube in June 2019 for using racist and homophobic slurs against Carlos Maza in several videos responding to the Vox series Strikethrough, which Maza hosts. Maza also claimed Crowder's fans have doxed and harassed him. Crowder's videos routinely involve serious violations of YouTube's policies against cyberbullying, according to an examination by Vox Media's The Verge. Crowder's rhetoric was certainly hurtful, according to YouTube, but the videos as posted don't breach our policies. Crowder had not pushed his followers to harass or dox Maza on YouTube or other platforms, according to the report, and the major aim of his video was to respond to public criticism. The decision not to discontinue the channel garnered a lot of flack. The channel's monetization was suspended the next day, with YouTube blaming a pattern of egregious actions that damaged the greater community. Krystal and Saagar. Ball was born in King George County, Virginia, 60 miles south of Washington, D.C., on November 24, 1981. Edward Ball, her father, is a scientist, and Rose Marie Ball, her mother, is a teacher. Her father, a scientist who completed his dissertation on crystals, gave her the name Krystal. Holly and Heidi are her older sisters. Ball began conducting a webcast called Rising on the Hill in 2018. She co-hosted the webcast with Buck Sexton at first, but Saagar Enjeti took over later. The Populist's Guide to 2020, A New Right and New Left Are Rising, co-authored by Ball and Enjeti. Ball backed Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign in 2020. She speculated during the Senate impeachment investigation involving Donald Trump in 2020 that Democrats were exploiting the trial to keep Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders in Washington, D.C. instead of campaigning. Saagar Enjeti. The Hill's Rising, or Just Rising, is a daily news and opinion web series published by The Hill, a Washington, D.C.-based political publication. The Hill's website and YouTube channel have the series available. Its concept features a populist left anchor and a populist right anchor who discuss current events from both political perspectives. Krystal, Ball and Saagar Enjeti were the show's longest-serving hosts, until their departure in May 2021, as the show gradually gained popularity on YouTube throughout 2019 and 2020. Dave Rubin. Reuben was born in Brooklyn, New York, on June 26, 1976. He grew up on Long Island in a very secular Jewish household. He grew up in Syosset, New York, and then spent the next 13 years of his life on Manhattan's Upper West Side. He studied political science at Binghamton University and finished with a bachelor's degree. The Reuben Report is affiliated with the Libertarian Institute for Humane Studies, which is supported by the Koch Family Foundations and sponsors a monthly episode of his show. Until late 2018, Reuben got a lot of his money from Patreon, a crowdfunding platform, where he stated he got over $10,000 per month before it was shut down. Following Sargon of Akkad's removal, Reuben and Jordan Peterson declared their intention to leave the platform, calling it an attack on free expression. Soon after, the two expressed their desire in creating an independent, free speech-oriented crowdfunding site in a video. Young Ripper 59. Eric July, better known online as Young Ripper 59, is an American YouTuber, the singer of Backwords and a political analyst who makes videos deconstructing political issues and offering his perspective, mainly on topics that are currently in the public eye. Billboard charting metal band's founder and vocalist, lyricist. Eric July is involved in dozens of different channels, which may be ascribed to his work ethic and background, despite believing it to be a good problem to have. His upbringing in Dallas, Texas, was not pleasant, and he frequently found himself in trouble in one way or another. He did, however, gain notoriety as a rap artist. July used his God-given athletic skill to obtain a track and field scholarship thanks to his mother's encouragement and his own perseverance. July has amassed a sizable following in 2019, while being under the age of 30. She has over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and tens of thousands of followers across several social media platforms. Jon Stossel. John F. Stossel was born on March 6, 1947, in Chicago Heights, Illinois, to Jewish parents who had fled Germany before Hitler's rise to power. He was the younger of two sons. Stossel was raised as a Protestant in a Congregationalist church in the United States. He attended New Trier High School and grew up on Chicago's affluent North Shore. While I partied and played poker, he studied hard, earned top honors, and went to Harvard Medical School, Stossel says of his older brother Tom, who he describes as the family's superstar. I daydreamed through half my classes at Princeton, and applied to grad school only because I was ambitious, and grad school seemed like the correct option for a 21-year-old who wanted to move ahead, Stossel says.